rehearsed. Here
It's
we
like it's
are.
rehearsed.
It's almost like we're just hanging out in the barrel room, drinking beer together.
We are.
At a
Cheers.
winery. Cheers. It's almost like this is like a normal thing on a Wednesday. Oh, wait a minute.
This is a
We're
wine
supposed
show.
to do Facebook Live.
Hey, cheers.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. It's another Monday night with the Hermits.
And we're in our favorite place.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places.
And we're drinking beer. That's a clue, isn't it?
I'm drinking
We're doing
beer.
something different.
It's all about this.
It's all about that.
Stoneface.
Yeah. So this is exciting. We're going to have a great show today. Before we get into it, though, I know Ken's going to try and break this up, but I'm going to try and get it out of the way
I'm
quickly.
not even going to try because, there's no way to derail it.
So underneath the barrel that is next to Ken, right there.
Right there?
Is a subscribe button if you're working with YouTube. So we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And then every time we go live, you'll get noticed.
Where do the ding bells go?
There's a little bell on Facebook.
Okay.
If you ring that bell, you'll be subscribed to our Facebook channel, and every time we go live on Facebook, you'll get a notice. And if you've been with us for a while, you already know we go live everywhere. We're on boats, on top of mountains, in the backwoods of New Hampshire. And then every Monday night, we're live right here at the winery, typically, or sometimes at some guest's location, or to be determined. But
that's right.
But so anyway, we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel and stay tuned with us as we tell our story over the years. And also, if you're watching today, we'd love it if you'd let us know by putting your name in the comments, say hello, and then and if you have any questions, put those in the comments as well. We'll do our best to get to your questions. Yep. Sadly, we don't have Marika here today, and she's always very good at that.
She's got a big home project going on right now.
So
she's involved with that. She said she might be able to chime in later on, but we'll see. Hopefully everything's going well, and she loves doing these things, so she was going to miss it.
Some good beer.
Especially some
beer. She's a beer fan, I know. And also,
sorry, Marika.
Yeah. So if you do like what we're doing today, please share this with your friends and family that you think might enjoy it as well. Like the broadcast so we get some recognition out there in YouTube and Facebook, and help us spread the word so that we can build our audience of interested people.
Yeah, it would be fun if this just sort of took off. If everybody sends it out to everybody that they're related to on the social media, and then that connects to another person, they spread it out. Pretty soon that grows. I mean, we had one of those influencer people.
We had an influencer here, the other day.
And she was these massive following.
Yes, this woman and her husband they were traveling around the world.
Super people.
And
I really like them.
I think she had 500,000 fans on her Instagram page, and
she's been to 33 countries.
33 countries,
so far.
And JetBlue started a new route to Manchester, and they hired her to come fly the route and talk about why coming to New Hampshire is a great thing. And guess what? She came to visit Hermit Woods as one of the reasons why coming to New Hampshire is a great thing.
That's great. So that's just it. Everybody that flies JetBlue should now come to Hermit. Well, maybe not everybody that flies JetBlue, because that would overwhelm
us. I think.
Yes, so for sure.
But definitely it was a good thing, and we're glad to host her. And we've had some other folks of a similar nature here. There was Lost in the Kitchen or Lost in Food. Lost in Food was another.
I get lost
last week. Yeah, I know.
This is Travis's food. I had some of this last night. I get to have it again tonight. This is great.
So the suspense, I'm sure, is killing everybody.
It is. There is some suspense.
We should say Chuck is on his way.
Chuck is on his way.
He's late.
It's rare. He's a pilot.
These things happen.
Late? Did that ever happen?
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't talk about that.
I know, that's mean.
No, that's a little harsh.
So what are we doing today? Why are we here?
Well,
what is the significance of us having a beer, toasting to beer?
Because these barrels, right here, this one, these 4 barrels right here.
I lost my connection.
What? Oh, come on.
Wait.
Are we happening?
No, we're happening. We're live, but
are we happening? Is this live?
It's
live. Anybody out there?
That camera is not being seen.
What? I wonder what happened.
Try again.
You out of power?
Nope.
Are you here? I wonder what disconnected.
Please. Oh,
you would
the internet. It says I don't have internet.
Oh. Sorry, folks. We're figuring this out.
There's a
We're
camera
making things
on over
connected.
there.
We've got various cameras. You can probably hear me because we've got mics that seem to always work. But all this other stuff is a bit confusing somehow. Maybe
Says
someone
it's
tripped
receiving
over a wire.
signal.
We should have it. Should be connected. I know I'm connected. This is all good stuff. This is where I want to be.
Let's see.
Portraying that to the rest of the world is not always as seamless as we would like it to be. In the meantime, maybe I'll have one of these nice pieces of salami. This is probably from Fortuna. Oh yes, that's Fortuna. Great stuff. While Bob works on our internet connection, hopefully you can hear me. The reason we are gathered here today is we are joining hands in matrimony with Stoneface. And we are joining with Stoneface in a collaborative fashion with our barrels. And last year, the head brewer, Dan, from Stoneface Brewery, which is a fantastic brewery, came in, he was in this area, came in, sampled some wines, fell in love with what we were doing here on a wine side, and asked about our barrel program. And so he came down and we sampled through some barrels, and he said, you know, I would love to have a couple barrels that had your elderberry wine in them, and I would love to have a couple barrels, Matt, you'd like this, a couple barrels that had Red Scare in them. So I said, well, that sounds great, Dan. We can coordinate this and I can remove the wine. He doesn't want them rinsed. He wants them brought right over to the brewery. I said, great. I said, is there any chance that you have some barrels that you have beer in that I might be able to get in exchange? And he said, sure. I have some whiskey barrels that I have some high gravity beers in. High gravity, higher alcohol beers. So he had an imperial stout and a barley wine in these barrels. And so what we did was to empty out our barrels into some tanks and bring the barrels right down to Stoneface. And at Stoneface, I brought a bottle of Red Scare and a bottle of Petite Blue Reserve, and we sampled the beer that was in these barrels. Are we going here?
No, yeah, keep going.
Carrying on.
Keep
I'm
going.
just going on and on.
Man.
Are people hearing me? I hope so.
There we go.
I'm just talking away here.
You're good.
On the back of these barrels is a nail, a stainless steel nail that sits in the barrel in a hole. And so Dan comes over with a pair of pliers and he pulls the nail out and grabs a sample of beer. And we put the nail back in, plug it up. And we sampled these beers, and the beers are fantastic. Big, rich, complex, well-aged beers, sippers. And so what we did is after we drank the beer and we had a little tiny residual bit of beer in the glass, we poured a little bit of Red Scare into it, swirled it around, and smelled it and tasted it. And it seemed as if the Red Scare went really well with that particular residual beer that was there. We did the same thing with the Petite Blue Reserve right there. We're going out that camera. Hi, everybody. Now you can see me and hear me while Bob scrambles around through this whole thing, getting the technology going. So then we did the same thing with another beer, sampled it, and then poured a little bit of Red Scare into it and swirled it around. And that went really well too. So we said, okay, great, Dan. We'll take these 4 barrels, 2 of those, and even swap. And so he pumped those out and gave us the barrels. We drove them right back here to the winery, and we racked in Petite Blue Reserve into these 2 barrels up top and Red Scare into these 2 barrels below. We have the exact same wine. Both of these are 21 vintages. We also have the 21 vintage of Petite Blue Reserve right here in a French oak wine barrel. And we have the 21 vintage of Red Scare just down the row here in a French oak barrel. And tonight what we're going to do is we're going to sample the exact same wines aged in whiskey barrels that had beer in them before and French oak wine barrels that had a wine in them before. And we're going to compare and contrast those between the two, talk about the various flavors and aspects of those wines. Before we do that, I don't know how many of you were here last week, but Chuck and Marika and I were basically chewing fruit. Chuck, there you are. Hey. Fantastic. You get plugged in. You're on camera right now because we're going out of the laptop camera instead
Technology
of
failure.
Bob's phone. We have a little failure there. So Chuck just showed up. So last week, Chuck and Marika and I sampled Red Scare and Hermitage and Lake House Red from the fermenters. So I scooped up the fruit that was actively fermenting, the mixture of blueberries and blackberries and elderberries and raspberries. And right here, right now, today, we pressed off
No way.
Red Scare
Oh
fruit.
my God.
And here it is in the glass.
Oh my God.
Why
So,
don't you stand over there now and Chuck
Okay.
can come in here?
okay, very good.
There we go.
So this is the 22 vintage
We
of
did it.
Red Scare. It's basically alcoholic fruit juice.
Yeah.
It is proto wine.
Yeah.
How old is this? Vintage, 3 days?
This
5
is
days?
12 days old.
12 days old?
12 days old.
That's
And-
from the first moment that it went into the fermenter.
Right. From the fruit showing up here.
22.
2022
2022.
Red Scare.
Right.
Nice.
When are we going to see this on the tasting room floor? for all the folks out
25
there?
probably.
25? Wow.
24 or 25.
24 or 25.
So you should probably be able to smell the alcohol that's
Still
coming
a
off
lot
that
of
thing.
alcohol. Why is the alcohol so strong? Because it's low in alcohol right now.
No. This is almost dry. So this is down to 1004.
Okay.
So almost all of the sugars, the honeys has been converted into alcohol.
So why is the alcohol so much stronger? Because it's still low in alcohol.
It's always that way in it's still, this is like 13 or this is probably 13 and a half.
Oh,
It'll go to 13.8 or something by the time it's done.
Okay.
But what's happened is it hides and masks the fruit. The fruit's hidden. The fruit's bound up still and everything. And so you just mostly smell alcohol. It's the way it always is on a really young wine. They're not all that pleasing, quite frankly.
You know, I don't get any honey in here, and not, but probably because it's all masked by the alcohol.
Mhm.
And it's like that, like you opened a bottle of Everclear or something.
It's really hard. You have to
strong.
you have to look through it. So when I press this off today and I'm sampling it, in my notes is like great batch. I love
You know what I get in here?
the integration of all the flavors. Oh, you get some tannins.
I get some tannin.
Oh,
I
cool.
do get some tannin.
Right. So isn't that amazing? From just a week ago, we were chewing.
Oh, we were making desserts.
We were making desserts. We were putting it. It was a compote. That's
Yeah.
right. It was
Yeah.
a compote was the word of the day,
Mhm.
and we had that stuff going on.
Don't you get that dryness? It is
I get-
sort of the
I don't get
drying
much of the
mouth
dryness.
a bit.
Maybe I get a lot of alcoholic bite.
Yeah, there's a lot
I get a
of,
waxy the sort of the waxy part of honey
Mm-hmm.
in there, and I get yeast. I get that sort of banana,
Mm-hmm.
but not a banana. It's like that, and then of course that
As soon as you said banana, I get a little bit of that.
that whatever that is. It's
Yeah.
not. Some yeasts are really banana-like, but this one is
Amylate is
Is,
a banana.
banana-like. But it's what I always associate with what yeast is
got a fruit fly here.
is like.
that's that's not unpleasant to drink. That's I can see where this
It's
is
not
going.
wine, though.
No, it's not wine.
It's not wine. It's
No.
like, so for me, I shouldn't say unpleasant. It's not painful or disgusting or I want to spit it out. I could drink this for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not like wine.
No, but it's really, it's one thing we've talked about this before. It's really great to be able to taste the fruit, then taste the first
I love this
fruit
part
as
of it.
it's fermenting the whole fruit, like you did last week.
I've never done
No.
that. Those ferments all going at the same time. I haven't done that for 8 years because this year we ended up making smaller batches and I co-fermented everything in small batches. And it's really cool. So we got a chance to taste all those fruits side by side. And today when we were pressing, you could smell the red raspberries coming out of Lake House Red and not out of the others. You could smell the black raspberry and honey
Yeah.
in the Red Scare when it was being pressed.
Yeah.
You could smell and taste this earthy elderberry richness in the Hermitage when we're pressing it.
It was really
It
fun.
doesn't compare flavor wise to what we had in the compote. Those were so much of the fruit forward.
Yeah, we had the fruit.
And
Because there's less alcohol.
less have more
And
sugar.
a lot less
It just doesn't
alcohol.
have. I think that's this little bit of sweetness really adds a lot to bring out those berry flavors. But I can sense the viscosity of the berry in there, right? You know it's there, and it's hidden beneath the layers of other stuff that just hasn't grown together yet.
Yeah. What I love is how this expresses and evolves
Yeah,
and
yeah,
goes forward.
yeah. What a
And
cool
we'll taste
starting
this,
point.
you'll be for sure tasting this every few months now.
Oh, yeah.
For the next 2 years. Watching it grow.
Almost
and
every
grow.
month. If I do it right, it's every month.
Yeah.
I get to taste it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now what I would like to do is to go into the back there in a barrel, and I'm going to sample the 21 Red Scare. We sampled this last week.
Yep.
And now we're going to sample it again right after this fruity one, and then we're going to sample the Red Scare out of this Stoneface barrel.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And before
Right
we do
on.
that, we should
Right
do that. We're
perhaps
gonna do
more of the
something.
Stoneface beer.
Oh,
So we
you
can-
just want to have
Yeah.
some more
Oh, we
beer.
should
That's
have
what
more.
that's
No,
all about.
this is.
Oh
well,
no, no
you'll
more
start
alcohol for
talking
me,
about
Bob.
that.
That's too
Yeah,
much.
I'll get you a
So-
glass.
You get him a glass. Let me scoop by you so I can
Okay.
go out and get my
All right.
wine thief. You entertain our guests here.
You folks talk amongst yourselves. So I could get into
I got you a
philosophy
glass.
here, but I can say that
Ooh.
Travis has made this astonishing gourmet
yeah.
treat tray for us today. I think this is a custom one. It's got flatbread pizza.
It is a custom one.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
scoop by you, Chuck.
Yep, come on by.
This is a wine thief, everybody. It's basically a fancy stainless steel straw. And just like as a kid, when you would go into something with a regular straw and put your thumb over the end of it, you could lift it up and then let it go.
Mhm.
Well, we do the same thing. That's how we sample out of a barrel. So I'm going to come back here in a moment.
We'll show you him sampling out of the other barrel when he gets up here, but this barrel's way back in the back.
It's way back here.
Yeah, we had these the other night at the show.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're
Yeah,
good.
they're so good.
And the other thing that blew me away that Travis is making is the seasonal pizza with the squash.
Yes, that's what I think. That's what that is, right?
That's the squash.
I haven't bitten into
Yeah.
it yet.
So
Oh,
last
whoa.
night we had a select few. We invited all of our club members, and it was first come first serve, and we only had 10 seats, and so we had 12 seats. So we had 12 of our club members join us for a fall tasting preview menu last night.
Oh.
And Travis pulled out all the stops, and he pulled out 10 samples of our fall menu, 10 variation, all the various components. And then Marika paired each one with a wine that we recommended. And the guests last night got to go through each of our fall menu items. And we're going to do that every year now. When we
that's
transition to the new seasonal menu, we're going to give a few lucky
Doesn't that
club
happen,
members. the
doesn't it happen
opportunity.
4 times a year?
Wow.
No,
Because
just
of the
twice.
seasons?
Just twice. Yeah. So tune in next spring. We'll be doing it again
Let me sneak
for
by
the
you again.
spring
Put
menu.
this back in its environment.
What were the highlights
Stay
for you?
sterile.
I wasn't able to attend the meeting.
Oh, you weren't there.
Attend the dinner. Ken was here with Maya.
Actually, I'm surprised that you're here now. I thought you were going to be away. Did you just
I'm-
come in?
No, we canceled our trip because of the big ugly COVID.
Oh, the stupid COVID monster.
Stupid COVID monster.
I'm sick of COVID.
Are we drinking beer or not?
We're gonna wait till we get to the barrel.
Oh, okay. I thought we were drinking beer for a moment.
Yeah.
Is that my glass?
We
Your glass?
are.
That's your glasses.
So bring it back
That's- yeah.
That's good because mine's fuller.
No, that's my glass.
The rule.
I totally failed.
I don't know. We haven't talked about this in a while,
on
but
that one.
I loved your answer. That was perfect.
No,
This
because
one
it was
had
the
more
truth.
wine in
Right?
it.
And
I know,
this
you
is
were
a case where a
truthful
little
there.
white lie
Let's-
with more wine is better.
Let's shed the light on this. Not everybody knows this, but the rule when you're drinking with the three of us, watch your drink because the fullest drink on the table
Is
yours.
mine.
Mine.
Yours.
Mine.
No,
mine.
it's whoever gets
You
to
should
it
say
first.
It's
No.
mine.
Yes,
No,
but it's actually mine.
But you'd
No,
both
it's
be
mine.
wrong.
And he's going to say
You'd
it's
both be wrong.
his because you would say it's
Right.
mine.
So watch
So-
your
so-
beverage when you're drinking
With
with
us.
the three of us.
That's what I have to do.
Because if it's full, it's mine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is
Or
amazing
fuller, it's mine.
transformation. So you guys just drank the juice, Red Scare wine,
Freshly pressed
proto wine,
today.
freshly
Pressed
pressed today, 12 days old. And now you're tasting something that was made a year ago. It's been in a barrel since then.
You still got some heat on there. Still a little alcohol.
Mhm.
A lot more fruity.
Much
still
more,
don't
much
get
more
honey.
open in the. Yeah, I don't think we did last time either. Much more open, more together. The alcohol isn't masking the berries, and
yeah.
we get a rich berry.
Yeah, see,
essence.
for me, this is the perfect balance of honey because it's there, but it's not in your face there.
Okay.
So the 18 to me was too much honey. And so I've been dialing it back a little bit, not by much. So the fermentation levels are, it's like for 2 barrels, it's 300 pounds of honey and 50 pounds of sugar. So it's almost all honey.
I've said this before, but I think you have just made the best Red Scare you've ever made. This
I love the way this
is
is coming.
so nice. The body,
It's spicy.
the mouthfeel,
It's
the
rich.
spiciness. It's just wonderful. It fills my mouth.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, this, just the
Mm.
ugh,
We have 8 barrels of it.
berries. With 8 barrels of it.
Yes, we do.
Matt gonna buy
Matt would want one, I know.
We have a barrel from Matt.
You know what? This is a killer combination.
Try
Try
this.
with
Well, I had
the
the
Red Scare.
18 and the.
So what is this? Describe this. This is a brisket
Yeah. it's a
with
brisket.
some black cherries. Is it? What kind of cherries? Or
So it's the Waz
was
sour cherry
sour cherry on top of the brisket.
on top of the brisket,
With a little
and then there's
cheese.
a little thing of cheese on a piece of bread, toasted,
Crostini.
crostini.
Frostini.
Oh my god!
Oh
yeah,
my God.
this is so good.
This is what I had at the show on Thursday with the 18 Red Scare.
Mm.
Oh my God.
That was a 19.
Well, that's 19 we're serving up.
Unless you brought your
Oh,
own.
no, I'm not.
Unless
Okay.
you-
Oh, the
unless
19.
you were bringing it.
The 19.
That was 19.
Oh, it's a perfect match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When I told Travis
Travis
tonight we were going to be
knocked this
doing
out of
this,
the
and
park.
Travis was like, "Oh, I know exactly what to make for you guys."
He knocked this out of the park.
Yeah.
This is so good.
It's such a great combination.
Mm-hmm.
Eli and Martine were here last night for the sampling,
Mhm.
and they love the food. They talked about Travis. They've seen all of our chefs. And
Yeah, they do, every one of them.
spoke very highly of Travis.
Including me.
They spoke very highly,
Oh, yeah.
more highly of Travis than you, actually.
I hope so.
About food production.
I sure hope so.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Now,
This goes together in your mouth, just like
did you already finish yours?
Yeah.
I better go get more because I want you to compare this Red Scare with this exact same vintage Red Scare out of that barrel.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to go get some
We're
more of
gonna
that
do
first.
I think we need some more, Kim.
yeah.
I know I can tell you guys need more.
I mean, it smells so good with this crostini that
Oh my God.
how can I not drink it?
Yeah. No, that is. So whoever's out there, when you come to the show this Thursday,
I wonder if
Red Scare and Crostini.
It's a
great
great combo.
Unfortunately,
Awesome.
there's no show this Thursday.
What's the no show this Thursday?
The artist got COVID. Cancel.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Thursday after them.
the Thursday after we have a show.
Okay.
All things go well.
I'm leaving for like 14 days.
Oh,
I'm gonna miss the next 2 shows, which is terrible.
unfortunate.
Yeah, the last week's show, I actually went on Apple Music and downloaded the album that they played
Wasn't it
and
great?
compared it to the actual live recording that you made that you shared with a few of us special people. It's really cool to hear the difference. And I thought, well, when I was watching the show, it's like, what am I going to do? It's not really my kind of music that I would sit down and listen to, but it was really a great show. So we had a dinner party the other night with family as my niece is in town from Salt Lake, and I just put on that album on Apple Music and played it, and it was phenomenal. And every once in a while, I'd catch the part of the tune that I heard in the show.
I don't drink all that.
Randy Roos, if you're looking at Apple
again.
TV, Apple Music, a great download or a great even radio station to play that genre of music. So my takeaway is I found some delicious foods, and then a great artist that I would never have stumbled across as a
It
matter
will
of
be a
listening to.
miracle if I don't
Have you
knock
heard
these
7 out
wires
of
over.
7?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Randy Roos, that was 3 out of 7 last time.
That was 3 out of 7. Yeah.
3 out of 7.
Three. Yeah, that was 3. And just that.
You're gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna turn Ken's gonna get some wine
Oh, yeah.
out of this barrel here. Let's turn the camera.
This is how a thief does it.
This is how a thief gets wine.
Yep.
This is how a thief
So he
gets
first
wine.
sterilized it
Yep.
with some one step
Actually, some ISO,
ISO.
some alcohol. And then the thief goes in, and like
Wine
magic, out comes wine. So just like as a kid, put your thumb over the end, let it drain. And I know you guys are thirsty, so I gotta do this more than just 3 times because that won't be enough.
No, particularly in my glass.
Especially this. If I remember, we did this, I think, 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I have to look back at my notes. But we did a comparison a few months ago between these 2 barrels, and we're going to do it again now. So that's out of the Stoneface barrel.
So what was the Stoneface thing in here? Are you going to describe all that when you come back from?
So this is a very unique type of barrel. Most whiskey barrels are made out of white oak. And you can tell us all about white oak and
yeah, a
the
carcass.
density of the corpus and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
beautiful tree.
but in this particular case, there was I believe a Tennessee rye maker who somehow got a hold of barrels made out of sugar maple. So the barrel that we just sampled right there is made out of sugar maple wood.
Both of the ones on the bottom.
Both the ones on the bottom are both red scare. So we have,
Acer Saccharum is the Latin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Mhm. I didn't go.
you
to
could say
12 years of
anything you
forestry
want like
school.
that, and I
Yeah.
would believe you. 'Cause
Yeah, no, I didn't go to
That's
12
Do
years.
you know Acarus molicum?
Saccharum. It's sugar in Latin. It's a sugar maple.
Sugar and Latin. Of
Acer
course.
is maple.
Sugar and Latin, Bob. You did that, right?
Latin. Okay. Make sure
It's
I
like
get the right
Acer
one
corn.
here.
Did you do?
I'm confused.
The dirty one is the one that had the other wine in it, and the clean one is the.
Okay.
Who left you in charge?
Yeah.
What happened here?
So the dirty one is the first one, the 19,
Yeah. Mhm.
and this is the one that just you pulled out of the barrel.
Oh, mine's
And the
very full. I like
The
that.
fuller one.
So this is a regular one. I know that.
That's the regular one.
Oh yeah.
There's a regular one. Now just go by aroma. Let's see if there's any aroma difference.
There's a difference.
So why do
I
we
like a
use-
less aroma.
It's not as less wasn't the word. This is a more complex aroma. There's more. It's sharper.
happened?
It's
What happened? Oh, wait a minute. It's coming out. I just had to swirl it. It's closed up. When I first...
this aroma feels more together.
What are you talking about? French oak?
This
Oh, the sugar maple.
yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
I get
You've tried to pour them correctly.
very little aroma and mostly alcohol. Unless Chuck messed up my glasses.
No, that's it.
This
I can tell
one.
by color. The color is different too.
Really? You sure it's not just the volume in there?
I mean, look at that versus that. I mean, just looking straight down at it.
Well, there's one's got more in it. You have to
Well,
have
no,
the
I know,
exact same
I know.
amount of
But I
milliliters
have
in there.
Magical's
Oh, I
powers.
know you do. You know, Acer.
It's sugar maple.
That's
So this barrel actually seeps
sugar.
sugar out of the pores on the outside, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Makes it a sweet thing. I find the berryness that's in the regular barreled Red Scare is much more prevalent on the nose. This has something really neat in the nose that is some sort of tempering of the berry, but it's got like Bob said, a complexity that I'm expecting something expelled from the wood to becoming part of this
Right.
this thing. That's what would be my expectation.
You know, it's interesting to me. 3 months ago, have a seat. Tired?
No, my old man is at
Your old man. So
Wow,
I
it is a lot different.
don't find as much difference between these two as I recalled from just a few months ago. I mean, it may be from Stoneface beer and Crostini that I'm losing my palate, but it's hard for me to pull out big differences between these two.
It's not big. It's
Really?
subtle.
Yeah, you're.
Oh no, it's a night and day thing.
Oh, night and day.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about the night and day. Tell me
well,
about
like I did. So this
I
is
know, night and day.
yeah.
Is that night or is that day?
This is sort of in between. It's like 12.
Oh, now we're in
It's at 12
between
o'clock.
night and
Yeah,
day?
this is like
I thought it
12
was night
o'clock.
and
And
day.
this is 12 o'clock. But I know one's AM and one's PM, and I'm never sure which one is.
That's night and day.
Okay, that sounds like
pretty
night and day.
clearly
That sounds like
night and day. There's nothing in between
that sounds
about
like
that.
noon and midnight.
Noon to
Is that what
midnight.
you're talking about?
It's noon to midnight. at
Noon to
least.
midnight.
Yes. So this
1
is
p.m.,
midnight.
1
So
a.m.
this-
So
no,
sometimes it can be hard to follow.
This is midnight and this is noon to be clear. Okay. So
That's what I know. Night and day. Day is the noon. So which one has the fruit?
just jumping out. Just this.
Which one is that?
This is the 21 out of the.
They're both 21.
This is the oak barrel. Quercus
French.
alba. No, yeah, Quercus alba barrel, not the Acer Saccharum barrel.
Okay.
Just so you know that I wasn't making it up, I said the same thing. and described it in the
AS
same way.
as opposed to Q.
Can we get this down to a language
Yeah.
that everybody in the world will
We're not
understand?
speaking Latin anymore.
All right, no more Latin.
No more Latin.
Yes. So
Which one is the Stoneface barrel?
So this is the Stoneface barrel, and
Okay,
to
that's
me,
what we
the
need to
aromatic is completely different on it.
I agree.
It's really much more. This is really berry forward, right? I mean, just popping out of the
Which
glass.
one is very forward?
The
Stoneface?
oak? No, the
French oak.
The French oak, and the sugar maple is more subdued.
Yep.
And
agree.
it also, and what my expectation was that it would have this more complex barrel input to it, and that and now maybe I've just made that up because that was my expectation. But to me, it has almost like a more of a port-like side to it.
There's a different aromatic. I get the different
there's a
aromatic,
different
especially with my nose all the way in the glass.
and there's it changes that fruit balance in a way that, to me, as Bob described in his intuitions, as maybe more complex, like a more complex red wine, right? Like a
Yeah.
aged Sauvignon or something like that.
So you know what I'm getting out of the 21 out of the original oak barrel is this. There's a sharpness to the nose. There's a sharpness, like a twang, like an acidity in the nose.
Okay,
Can there
yep.
be an acidity in the nose?
I know, but I know sharpness because I use that in my notes, especially with young wines where they're racy, they're young, they're sharp, they're
No, that's
angular. And so I use that sort of terminology. And what you're saying is that the one in the sugar maple that had the beer in it before,
It's
Stoneface,
rounder.
is rounder.
It's hitting my nose in a more round.
I agree. I still get the ethanol. I don't get as much floral, dark berry that I get out of the French oak one.
This one has berry forward. There's
It's
a lot
it's
more
much
berry.
more berry forward.
And I actually
We've
started to pick
lost
up
some
the
of the
honey.
berries. Oh, and now you're getting
Now I'm
honey.
getting honey.
It is amazing when you do side by side. It changes everything.
Yeah.
It's one thing
Yeah,
to just
yeah, yeah.
have a single wine and to try to pull out the character. When you do side by side, it illuminates both wines.
So I'm gonna throw this out there. I think this is true, but
You get maple? Sugar
this
maple?
barrel had something like had something.
It's a
some
barley
rye.
wine. It was
It's
a barley
Did
wine.
it have rye in it?
The rye in it originally.
Yeah, because I feel
Had
like
rye
there's-
whiskey in
I
it
feel like
originally.
there's just a little bit of that. You know that rye has that very specific flavor and bite.
Yes.
And I'm sort of feeling on the back palate after things have subsided a little bit. I get that a dryness, and it feels and it tastes a little rye.
I get the rye.
Yeah,
I get the rye.
Yeah.
No, think about Old Potrero.
Yeah.
I get a little rye.
Rye in the final
No,
bite.
for this whole thing. I couldn't get that until you said it. So it may not be true,
Yeah,
but that
I
is
couldn't have-
that is a way to pull things out.
Yeah.
I get that austere ryeness, oaky character, Old Potrero
Yeah.
component.
Yeah.
There's something though very
So-
true about it. It often takes, like Chuck said, banana, and then you got banana.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. I mean, I often
It's the language.
can't put
We
the
know what we're
language to it.
tasting. We know what
Right.
Right.
we're sensing. We just don't know the
There's-
word
But as
for
soon
it.
as somebody else identifies
Something that
it,
it's like. There's a simile in there that's makes it make sense. It's
Yeah.
like you get that aha thing. Oh yeah, it's banana. It might not exactly be banana, but it's like banana enough to have a common language about what you're.
So this is
experiencing.
interesting. So 3 months ago or 2 months ago when we first sampled these, I liked the one out of the whiskey barrel, the Tennessee rye barrel, better than the regular one. It was like okay, I wish I had more of this, not so much of this. Now they are both on par, just as good, but different.
And different. Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah. Mhm.
now this is like, okay, this is Red Scare. This is the stuff I know. This is the stuff I love.
Yeah.
And this is a variant that I've never had before.
Yo, it is.
It's subtly
The
different.
opposite. No, I think. This is the whiskey barrel.
No, sir. Smell it.
Yeah, you can't. It's just, yeah.
He's holding left and right. I'm holding right and left.
Yeah, just
It's night and day.
don't try this at home, folks. We're ambidextrous.
It's night
We can
and day.
play ambidextrous ping pong.
Yeah, no,
It is night and day. Now,
So
do
what do
a,
you- so
do a
what do you do?
drive-by.
What-
Do a drive-by sniff.
I'll try myself.
Because that's completely different. It's really fascinating when you
Was this like
when
this?
you so
How
you
much
get
speed?
Wait a minute, you have
I
to
get
make
a
noise.
lot more oak. I get a lot more sort of the rye oaky character out of the Stoneface barrel than I do out of this one. I get berry,
Yeah.
and this I get oak, but it's not oak. It's maple.
Get maple, yeah.
I get maple.
Yeah.
I get Tennessee rye.
You get Tennessee rye, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's that probably had something like that in it. at one
It had
point.
Tennessee rye in it.
There you go.
That's what it was.
Why does one seem clearer than the other? Look at the difference.
Yeah, I think
Well, I think that's volume that you have. And
No, right from the beginning, one seemed clearer than the other. Look down on it.
Well, I got to make the exact same volume in each
Okay, drink.
because that's the only way to tell. It's so tricky.
Well, the volume doesn't change clarity. Clarity
it
is
does.
a sharpness. There's a sharpness to the light here that it doesn't exist in this other one. It's definitely different. You said look. I can see you.
It's
can
more
see
cloudy.
That's sharper.
That's clear.
That's cloudier.
So the day,
that's settled.
the Tennessee barrel is a clearer format. Oh, let's see here. So the one that went into the wine barrels, I'll have to check my notes. It may be that the one that's in the whiskey barrel was in stainless steel tank, and then I put it in to that barrel. So it may not have had as long a barrel time, and this may not have had the settling time in stainless steel. But you're right, this is more occluded, it's more cloudy,
Yeah, just a touch, but
just a little
it's
bit.
just not as sharp.
and this is still mine. Just
So-
making
Now,
sure.
Can we taste the brisket
food?
with this now?
I would taste the brisket, and I'd also try that flatbread because the flatbread is really good with it too.
I just want to try.
So as a
But yeah, I know what you're
winemaker, so we're in this phase of how long it's been in the barrel, and you have to decide how long you're going to keep it in this barrel. What are you looking at for decision making on this for
It's not going in any way that seems like, oh my God, I got to get it out of the barrel.
yeah. So if it's becoming really
The
just tastes
only
like
thing,
rye, it would be
the
too
only
much.
thing that when that's yummy stuff. When I do the drive-by on the nose and I get that rye note, that could be a little overpowering soon. So I would think maybe another couple months and I may take it out of those.
So we're gonna have to sample this like
Couple more
fairly
times.
regularly.
I need to, for sure.
This is one of the best pairings I've had
Going down the pepper.
for a wine and a
Pepper
food.
rodeo.
You said it goes good with the squash too?
Oh, try that. It's really good. It brings out like this, there's a hot pepper in there that finishes off and it goes really well with the spicy note in the Red Scare.
Yeah, I think Red Scare is one of those wines that can handle some heat.
It can. I could do, you could do like barbecue or something like that, like Syrah. Syrah is one of those wines that can handle that spice too.
I wouldn't expect. I mean, this is a red pepper and orange pepper puree pizza. I wouldn't expect it to be the pepper flavor to go well with the Red Scare, and it's freaking
That
awesome.
somehow worked.
Yeah,
I know.
it's freaking awesome.
I'm going to try that.
And I think they put that on the menu that they recommend having this new squash flatbread with the Red Scare and also with the shortbread crostini. Yeah, that's
you're right.
Squash. It is squash, not red pepper. It's
Isn't that
squash,
good?
The bell
squash
pepper.
pepper.
yeah, that pepper note works with it.
I wouldn't have guessed that
You
either.
never would guess it. It's like, wow, this actually works. Yeah, you know, this has got quite a bit of an oaky rye note to it. Maybe pretty soon. That's a slightly smaller barrel too.
Oh.
Whiskey barrels are 53 gallons and wine barrels are 59 or 60 gallons. So there's a little bit more surface area per volume. So those will age more rapidly than the wine barrels in terms of the oak and character that's hit by it. I have a little 20-gallon French oak barrel that I love for putting stuff in. That has a whole new creation in it.
Yet another.
It's called 1921 Sherry. It's this really crazy blend. Wait till you try it. It's really, I
That'll be
can't
another
wait.
show.
That'll be another show. We'll do that one.
So what are we going to
That
do
has
with
a
this
long
barrel,
history.
Bob? We're just going to have Ken mix it up in a big old tank and blend it with the other Red Scare and.
I thought it was going to Matt's house.
It's going to Matt's house. Well done, Matt. Well done.
I think marketing decided on
Nicely
this one.
played.
Nicely played.
Cheers, Matt. No, so we've got to partner with Stoneface and come up with a marketing strategy to put the right label on this and the right bottle.
So it'll be a Hermit Stoneface kind of thing.
It's a collaboration.
Mhm.
It's got snails and the old end of the mountain.
And Stoneface has some beers. They're going to come out of our elderberry barrels and our Red Scare barrels.
Wow.
So
Are we going to carry those here?
Yeah,
Of course. Of course.
That's sweet.
that'll be cool. We'll be able to do a side by side.
Yeah.
The Stoneface
the
beer
barrel, yeah.
in a Hermit Woods barrel and a Stoneface barrel with a Hermit Woods wine
Mm-hmm.
side by side.
Mm.
I can't wait to that show.
Mm.
That's going to be
Stay
fun.
tuned.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one.
That'll be a tasting bar tasting or a flight or something. It's got to be some sort of experience to have.
Wow.
That's great.
This is so good.
Yeah.
I know.
Isn't that a cool? You see, I think he's got a really nice subtle hint of that heat, but he's got all of this flavor. The other day, he was roasting a whole bunch of these fresh red peppers upstairs, and the whole place was permeated with roasted red peppers.
Yeah. And then
Sometimes it's hard to focus down here.
Yeah, and then the I'm not sure
The
what
squash.
the squash, and then it's all it's not sage, but it's like sage.
Roasted sage.
No, it is sage.
Oh, it is sage.
It's
Oh,
roasted
okay.
sage.
It is roasted. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Or no, he does pan searing.
Yeah, he was making the sage the other day, and the whole place.
It's
I
not
know.
Sage. I love the smell of
Powerful.
sage.
I don't know
Not
where
with
you get
sage,
that
but
idea. I thought you just get sage and you put it in your thing. So I think he sears it in like in a pan or something. I forget what he does, but
that's
it's
good.
something cool. It's something like, wow.
Has he left yet? Oh shoot! Dinner's kitchen's closed. Kitchen closed at 6.
Our
Right?
kitchen's closed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ordered like 10.
So
to
this
go.
was great. This is a great comparison. It was great to see those two side by side and see the changes. This is, I mean, of course, it's not surprising at all that you said you liked both of them. You've been a big fan of your Red Scare for years, and we just said your 2021 Red Scare, I think, is one of your best ever, if not the best ever you've ever made.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need the Stoneface barrel to be great. It's already great.
Oh, I love it out of the oak
Yeah.
barrels. Oh, yeah.
But then the Stoneface barrel adds this certain character to it that's just unique.
Yeah.
It's different, and I think you said it. It almost brings it even further into the classic wine, very
so.
European wine character.
Yeah, I think so. That's my opinion. So,
Wow. We have a couple more to do.
you have more to do?
Yeah.
Beer? We have the beer to open too.
No, we didn't open that yet.
No.
Good, because we have those barrels on top, which are also whiskey barrels. And they have a different wine in them.
And they have,
And these barrels right here have the same wine
all right.
that have been in these French oak barrels.
Well, we better get to it because we got 15 minutes to go.
Okay, because
Fasten your-
now we're talking about PBR, which is perfect from a beer
From a
standpoint.
beer standpoint.
We're going PBR now.
I think we got to skip the Stoneface.
We don't have any.
Yeah,
We'll drink
we
this
don't have any
later.
PBR.
Yeah, that'll
gotta
be
drink
after
some more
show.
wine.
Yeah, so fasten your seatbelts, everybody. We are going to taste some wine here.
But before we
Are we going to do any more
skip
comparisons?
Stoneface, please,
We are side by side.
if you
So
have
we're
not
gonna do-
tried
we're going to do
But you
that
need
one.
to- I need to finish
Stoneface,
these.
we sell
We
this
do,
here in the
and that one.
winery.
Or that one.
you should absolutely make your way down
Finish those.
and visit the folks down at Stoneface. Not only do they have great beer, they have a great restaurant down there, and they have some really nice food items.
Yeah,
It's so,
great
it's
experience.
so,
They've got- they have a brisket-
it's so cool. They
brisket
use those sight
poutine.
glass and stainless steel piping
I know. It's
for
really
lighting.
awesome. Definitely put that on your list if you haven't. They're down to, almost to Portsmouth. If you're heading down, if you're down Route 16, they're like the second or third before you get to Portsmouth exit. And they're right up there.
And you can get their beer almost anywhere.
Oh, you can get their beer anywhere, but I say you go down there and visit them.
Oh, no, I agree.
Absolutely.
But do both. Get their beer and go and visit them.
They've got an appetizer, a brisket
All right, I'm going to go to
poutine
work now.
that
Go
is
do
like
some sample.
a monster plate of French fries and curd and just the best brisket you've ever had in your life. It's like a meal for like 3 people, and that's just a starter. And then Bonnie and I were down there a couple weeks ago, and then their porter, which you can't get everywhere, it is just spot on, just absolutely delicious beer.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Stoneface, and going to their brewery in Newington, it's right off the highway, Route 16. It's easy to get to.
They're building a new brewery too, right down the road. Yeah, it's a
Newer,
little bit
bigger,
on
better.
hold, but,
Oh,
Yeah,
dear God. People drink a lot of beer.
they do. I drink a lot of beer. I don't discriminate against any of the alcohols.
I drink a lot of mead.
I'm an anti-beers.
There you are.
Sure I am. Yeah, okay. I don't always tell the truth.
So I don't know if you guys have had this yet. A 21 PBR.
I haven't.
But
If I have, I don't know.
I think this is one of the best. And this is going into tank tomorrow to get bottled.
Well,
So tomorrow, I have 9 barrels of PBR from 21, and it's going into tank tomorrow.
You're a busy day tomorrow.
And we have 2 barrels of the same PBR that was put into Stoneface whiskey barrels.
so we have Red Scare and Particular Reserve in this project with Stoneface.
Yes. Can you hand me that empty beaker right there? Thank you.
And these barrels are Quercus Alba barrels that had
It had a, this one had an Imperial Stout. And previously it had a, like a Tennessee whiskey or some blend that was done. I forget. It's in my notes, but I can't recall.
And
exactly
for
what
those
it
of
was.
you who don't know Latin, they're white oak.
or French, this French.
Were you talking Latin again? Did he do that? Did he slip into his Latin mode?
No, it's American. Go
He
to
didn't
America.
study forestry for 4 years for nothing. you know.
Seven years.
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah, I got.
Well, that's because you were riding your
I got
bicycle a
an
lot.
associate's
That's how
degree
you
in
became a
forestry
pilot.
in 7 years. So there's that.
You study trees for 7 years and then you fly.
I was telling
That makes
Iago
perfect
about
sense to
that.
me.
How much of that Latin word do they use on a plane?
You know, I don't think in aviation that we use
Passenger
Any
seat
oak?
belt to-
any Latin tree names.
There's probably some oak in some of the wine you serve.
There's some French in there, like empennage and aileron. Those are French words. Yeah, I don't think there's any Latin words or any trees. But they did make airplanes. The Wright brothers built their airplanes out of trees, of spruce. So there's that. And unfortunately,
And what about the spruce goose?
and the spruce goose was made out of wood. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
and-
true. There is a huge, but not now. This is all very old historical.
And what's the Latin word?
So
for
we don't know
spruce?
which is which now. So
I don't
that's good.
remember.
I'm going to regret asking that.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. Yeah, that's. I did know it at one point. You know, and that was 40 some odd years ago.
That's a
That I-
scary number right
that,
there.
that I remember anything because
All right,
I
here we
really
go.
had to sacrifice a lot of brain cells.
Night and day.
Night and day. Okay, so this is night.
Let's get these right.
So this is
I make
night.
Sure. Night is which one?
I have no idea.
Come on. Is this Stoneface or not?
This is Stoneface. I'll put it by Stoneface.
And this one is the
This is day.
same wine, only not Stoneface.
Correct.
Mhm.
This is French oak barrel.
And this is
the new
2021.
2021.
And now
Made in a whole new way,
the berries from
which
2021
I'm
were
really
good.
excited about.
Good year.
What did you do different?
21 was a good year. 20, I think, was a better year, but I think the technique that was used in 21 was better. See, now that I think has got to come out of those barrels. That's a definite whiskey barrel note on those.
Oh, I get a nutty sort of brown sugar. What is it? There's a cool nose. What is that? What's it? Somebody's got to name it. I'm so bad with giving names to it. But there's this really cool nose on this.
Yeah. Well, it's got, it's got whiskey notes. I think
It's like bourbon or something. It's like but it's not bourbon.
No, it's something else.
It's definitely
Biscuits
oaky.
or
Definitely very oaky, aromatic.
there's a sweetness to the nose. I don't know what it is.
Sweetness in
It's
the body,
sweet,
too.
Yeah.
There's a butterscotch sweetness
Oh, maybe that's
in the
it.
flavor.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a butterscotch sweetness in the flavor.
That's
That's out of those.
That's a vanilla.
There's butterscotch, vanilla, butterscotch,
You're getting to vanilla in there, but it's more butterscotch.
toffee.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to go to the other one. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still tasting.
Yeah,
it.
it's really cool.
But it's totally different.
Yeah, they're aromatically. I mean, that said, I'm worried over my peak of being able to use my taste buds.
It's also clearer.
And it's clear.
What's going on with that?
Again, I got to go back to my notes, but I think I don't know. I got to go back to my notes to know what that is. I'm going to go look that up right now.
No.
Yeah, we've only got a few minutes.
We have 5 minutes.
We've got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes, really?
Yeah, no, I know. We've had so much fun
The
yammering
nose
on.
on this is so different.
Wow.
Just like a biscuity, a candy shop. There's a whole nother
It's the toffee.
coffee. Yeah.
See, in the regular Petit Blue, I finally have all of the grip that I want. This was
That's been the challenge.
Toffee. That's
that's
what it
been
is.
a
Toffee.
Toffee. You said it. Yeah. And not this one. The regular ones. The classic notes. Classic.
the
Petit Blue
regular
reserves,
is the classic Petit Blue, but I finally have the grip, the tannic structure that marries really nicely with that fruit.
Yeah,
I think it's really nicely.
Yeah, this is really good. This regular old Petit Blue Reserve.
Bone dry, blueberry, 100% blueberry wine with nothing else, no back sweetening.
But it has body
No-
and it has the finish.
Yep.
Those are the challenges in blueberry for me. And it's not sweet. I mean, you can make a wine that tastes like blueberry as a sweet fruit wine.
Right.
And that's not so hard. You just add sugar to it until it tastes good. Right. We learned that at the beginning of our winemaking. Remember that? You have a wine
That's
that
what we
doesn't
were
taste
told.
right.
Just add
Actually, when
sugar
you
till it
screw it
tastes
up,
good.
you just add sugar and
It'll taste
get rid of it that way. That's
Yeah,
right.
no, that's true. But this is dry, and to pull this off dry and have all of the wine-like qualities.
So now this, the whiskey barrel is very interesting, but it's more of like I don't know that I would drink a bottle of this.
Wow, really?
Whereas I drink a bottle of the regular one.
Yeah,
I actually that toffee candy shop character is not it's not the right direction for that wine.
I agree. I don't think it's quite right. I don't think it marries with it. I think they're a little bit at odds to one another. It's just not jiving. It's not just fitting with
It's
it.
interesting. I
I think it's a good wine.
well, no, I think
it's
there's going to
interesting.
be a certain portion of our audience that's going to
Oh, people are going to love this.
gonna
It's
go
all going to sell.
nuts
And
for it
yeah.
because it's really nice. It's a nice, well balanced wine, but characteristically, it's more of an American style than it is a European style, which I like.
That's a good way of putting it. I agree with you. It's more. This is more of what I think of when I think of Petit Blue Reserve.
Yeah.
So what I'll submit on this is that that those notes that you get in the finish of this Petit Blue Reserve, when the marketing department and Stoneface have come up with a label, you're going to have a bottle of something like much of our wine here, that there's nothing like sharing this with your friends in the story like anything else on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because there is nothing else like it on planet Earth. It is, and it is really good. And
Wow,
the flavor,
calorie rush from all this.
but it,
Yeah.
the flavor sticks out so much that this is an experience that anybody, I think, will enjoy, because you're not going to miss, or at least you're not going to miss it the way it tastes today. Who knows what it'll be a year from now, or a year after that, or a year after that, or a year after that.
So let me ask you this. What wine do you think would go well in those barrels? Because I'm going to take this wine out of those barrels. Hermitage. So I'm just making one barrel of Hermitage in 22. Do I dedicate it all to one of these barrels?
Wow. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. It's not bad.
These are fun. No, I know. It's not bad at all. I like it. I
You're
like
not
it.
going to hurt it. You're just going to change it.
I would put Deep Blue in there.
Deep blue. Oh, that's a nice idea.
Get the
that's a
toffee
great idea.
And the nutty.
Oh, yeah, with deep blue.
I think
And
that's
let one
it.
go a long ways out with not topping, do a DBR.
The Deep
Oh, you are going to kill it.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
So we have 1 minute. I suggest we crack this.
Oh, we're going to finish with a beer.
Stoneface. And
Bob has been joking for this beer.
This is it.
It's party night at the
Party at the
in
winery.
the cellar here, in the
Wow.
showroom.
Oh, you guys.
We're closing it out with a.
I don't know how I can keep up with you guys. It's just like,
Yeah, you can keep up with us. Yeah, right.
I've seen him with a bottle of tequila.
Yeah, I know.
oh, yeah, baby.
I've seen the both of you.
Or blue gin.
Mean.
All right, we have 1 minute. We're going
Right.
to toast to our
Toast to Stoneface.
to our
Yeah,
Stoneface
It was,
friend.
you know,
Collaboration.
here's to Dan coming from Stoneface.
To Dan.
He's the one who came in here from Stoneface, got turned on by these barrels and the wine, and initiated this exchange. We were open to it, and it's just great. It's just
So
fantastic.
cheers to everybody out there. Hope you enjoyed your
Yeah.
show with us today. They didn't even notice that mine was the fuller one. I'm not letting
Did you do that
So
again?
we'll see you all next
All right, we need to
Monday.
distract him
Stay
somehow.
tuned.
Yes.
Have a great
Yes,
evening.
right.
And
Here we
we'll
go.
see you in a week.